TikTok, the app that have taken over the world by storm over the past few years. But with massive popularity comes controversy, and TikTok has had plenty of it. But today, we're going to look at some of the dumbest and deadliest TikTok challenges. Challenges that were so reckless they've caused permanent injuries and even tragic deaths. These are the dumbest and most dangerous TikTok challenges ever. Starting off with the Orbeez challenge. While at first it was meant to be safe and fun, this challenge involves shooting soft water Orbeez from airsoft guns at probably your friends or someone you know. But some TikTokers took it way too far, freezing the Orbeez, which would make them harder, and shooting them at innocent bystanders, resulting in arrests.
Well, they may be a toy, but Dearborn police aren't playing when they warn kids not to use toy guns to shoot at people as part of a TikTok challenge. Police say they have had multiple calls about people being shot at because of the Orbeez challenge, as it's called. Looks a little something like this. Dearborn police say they have even arrested a teen who is expected to face assault charges as a result.
But fortunately enough, no one was hurt. But the same thing can't be said about the fire challenge. In 2023, a 12-year-old boy from Arizona attempted this challenge, and he ended up suffering second and third-degree burns to almost 50% of his body.
Just 10 days after Corey Lee's 12th birthday, his natural curiosity became his mother's worst nightmare.
He is very much a boy's boy. He is very much an outside boy. He wants to be outside playing. I wake up to just a blood-curdling scream. I just see my son on fire, and I flooded my kitchen because I took the hose and just sprayed him down as quickly as I could. It looks like he put the rubbing alcohol in his left hand and then lit it with his right, not realizing how quickly rubbing alcohol burns off.
Roper understands people asking why or how, but she says it's important to remember kids will be kids and often don't realize harsh outcomes.
The saddest part of this challenge is there's been more reported cases that ended the same way or even worse.
A TikTok challenge that landed 12-year-old Nick Howell in the hospital with second and third-degree burns to nearly half of his body.
It's difficult when you see your son screaming, "Mommy, mommy, mommy," on fire.
Howell, who was just 11 at the time, was at his grandmother's home in Miami. He was injured so badly, crews airlifted him to Kendall Regional Medical Center, where he would remain for nearly 2 months in their burn unit.
It was TikTok. I seen a challenge. I wanted to follow. I poured rubbing alcohol on the floor, lit it. It worked, and then I put it out, and then the bottle caught on fire. It exploded.
Nick came in a pretty bad situation. He had third-degree burns, about 35 to 40% of his bodies.
Dr. Horace Meir helped treat Howell, who was forced to undergo numerous surgeries to replace damaged skin and remove scarring.
He looks fantastic. He's gone through several reconstructions afterwards to soften up his scars, and what we did is we did a lot of laser on him.
I want to help kids that are going through the same thing that I've been through, and since I already did it, I want to help them get through it and everything too.
But while the fire challenge had kids reconsidering their life choices, the Blackout challenge ended the lives of countless people who tried it. While this was not created on TikTok, as it dates all the way back in the late 90s, the challenge resurfaced in early 2021 with deadly consequences. Reports claimed it's linked to the death of 20 children in just 18 months. One victim included 10-year-old Anatola Sacamero, who was found with a bell wrapped around her neck in Italy, and 9-year-old Arena, who was found hanging by her dog's leash, which she had asphyxiated to the door to her room.
For the Arroyo family, things haven't been the same since the devastating loss of their 9-year-old daughter, Ariani.
Just the sadness I see in my son's eyes to sing happy birthday to his sister at her grave. It's very hard for all of us, but this is the life now, we have to adjust to. We sat at a table of 4 chairs. We sit now at 3.
The parents speaking out exclusively to ABC News about a TikTok challenge called Blackout, in which children choke themselves until they pass out. Ariani Arroyo taking part in the fatal trend last February.
We just never thought there was a darker side to, what TikTok allows on its platform.
We don't want no other children out there to be the statistics of this situation again.
She was just so beautiful, too beautiful sometimes. I think we live in such an ugly world that she's too beautiful.
This has to be one of the most sickening and disturbing trends on TikTok. And while the Blackout challenge was self-inflicted, the Skull Breaker challenge had people kicking someone's leg while they jumped, causing them to fall on the back of their head. And there's even been a case where someone ended up in the hospital with a concussion that led to a seizure.
12-year-old Parker from Alabama broke his wrist, but the challenge can also cause even more serious head injuries. That's what happened to Mark Schenker's 13-year-old son.
He subsequently fell, hit his head, and suffered a concussion and a seizure as a result of the fall.
TikTok has to be one of the most degenerate apps with the most dumbest and deadliest challenges, which brings us to the Angel of Death. Now, before I continue, I just want to give out a fair warning, as this one is quite disturbing. It originated in Indonesia, and it involves people jumping in front of trucks to see if they will stop in time, hence the name, the Angel of Death. But what they failed to realize was that an 8-wheeler is much harder to stop due to the weight. And in 2022, it would tragically claim the life of a teenager that was attempting the challenge with his 2 other friends. He couldn't get away in time and was killed on the spot when he collided with the truck and rolled under. TikTok's influence over young people is immense. While some challenges are fun, silly, and almost harmless, others have proven to be deadly. And sadly, as long as the pursuit of viral fame continues, these dangerous trends will likely persist and possibly worsen over time.